Mental clarity starts where the world ends. Learn to disconnect. There's a strange kind of silence you only find far from the noise. It doesn't exist in the city hum, or in the endless scrolling of screens. It can't be heard in crowded rooms or fast conversations. You have to walk away from all of that, intentionally, fully, courageously. Because clarity doesn't come when you're connected to everything. It comes when you begin to disconnect. In a world that praises constant availability, we've forgotten the value of absence. We wake up to notifications, respond before we've even opened our eyes fully, check our feeds, and sync our moods to the latest headlines. The mind becomes crowded, not by choice, but by default, and in that noise, something essential gets lost: our ability to think, to reflect, to feel clearly. The truth is, mental clarity begins where the world ends. Not literally, of course, but it begins where your dependence on the world's noise dies. When you stop needing to be constantly in the loop, when you step away from the expectations, the dopamine loops, the drama disguised as importance, you reclaim something sacred. Yourself. You see, silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's the space in which the soul breathes. And most of us are gasping. We fill every spare second with something. Music, podcasts, updates, opinions. We avoid the empty moments as if they are meaningless, boring, even threatening. But those quiet moments are where the gold is buried. That's where your clarity lives. That's where the parts of yourself you've forgotten are patiently waiting for your return. The Stoics understood this long before social media existed. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, wrote in his private journal, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Imagine that, even while running an empire. He saw the greatest peace not in his palace or power, but in stillness, in solitude, in disconnection. But today, solitude is often mistaken for loneliness. We fear being alone, not because we don't enjoy our own company, but because we've never truly learned how to. We've become so entangled in the external world that we've forgotten how to sit with ourselves without distraction. And so, we remain mentally foggy, always moving, never arriving. Disconnecting isn't about escaping life. It's about making space to understand it. Think of your mind like a glass of muddy water. Shake it constantly and the dirt stays swirling, clouding everything. But let it sit still, undisturbed, and clarity comes naturally. The particles settle, the water clears. You don't need to force mental clarity. You just need to stop stirring the chaos. And yet, here's the irony. We fear stillness because it reveals too much. In the silence, old pain may surface, regrets come knocking, doubts whisper. The very things we've buried with busyness begin to rise. But that's part of the healing. Clarity requires confrontation. You can't see yourself clearly until you're willing to face what's inside. Unfiltered, without the world's noise to muffle it. Psychology backs this up, too. Cognitive overload, decision fatigue, emotional burnout. All symptoms of a mind constantly plugged in. Our brains weren't wired for the level of stimulation modern life demands. We are ancient hardware trying to run futuristic software. And the result? Crashes, anxiety, numbness, a sense that we're living, but not alive. Learning to disconnect is an act of rebellion in a world that thrives on your constant attention. It's saying, I will not trade my peace for the illusion of productivity. I will not drown in information and forget how to feel. It's not easy. It takes practice. But the rewards are profound. There is power in boundaries. Not just the kind you place between yourself and toxic people, but the boundaries you place between your soul and the digital world. It might mean turning off your phone for a few hours each day. Walking without headphones. Saying no to one more scroll. Choosing discomfort over distraction. And in that space, something remarkable happens. You begin to hear your own thoughts again, not the echoes of everyone else's. You remember dreams that got buried under deadlines. You start to feel connected, not to the world, but to yourself, your body, your breath, your truth. We live in a time where knowledge is abundant, but wisdom is rare. We know how to access any piece of information in seconds, but struggle to access our own intuition. That's what clarity gives you. The ability to see beyond noise, beyond fear, beyond trends and temptations. It's not just mental sharpness. It's emotional sobriety. It's knowing who you are without needing the world to tell you. Some of the most life-changing realizations happen in moments of silence. Not in big events, not in applause or headlines, but in the quiet. The decision to leave a relationship that's been draining you. The insight to pursue a new path. The forgiveness you finally give yourself. These don't come when you're distracted. They come when the fog lifts, and the fog only lifts when you stop feeding it. Learning to disconnect isn't about becoming a hermit or rejecting society. It's about being so connected to what matters that you're willing to unplug from what doesn't. It's about reordering your inner world so that your outer world doesn't control you. And the best part? You don't have to escape to the mountains to find this clarity. You just have to pause. Maybe it's in the early morning, before the world wakes up, or in the soft glow of evening, when the noise settles. Maybe it's in the car with the radio off, or while journaling, or just sitting on your porch watching the wind move through the trees. Small moments, sacred moments. Let the world rush on. Let the drama play out. You don't have to be in it. You can observe without absorbing. You can breathe without reacting. You can exist fully without being constantly seen. Mental clarity doesn't come from adding more to your life. It comes from subtracting what's not aligned. It's not a destination. It's a practice, a choice, over and over again. And here's the beautiful thing. The more you disconnect from the noise, the more you reconnect with your strength. You realize that you don't need constant validation to feel worthy. You don't need the chaos to feel alive. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need a little space, a little silence, a little courage to step away and listen, not to the world, but to the whisper within. Because that's where the real clarity is. Right there, just beyond the noise.